We expected a shit show, and we got a shit show right there. How's it going, you guys? It's Spideyco64 here again, and oh my god. After that crazy hell of a race, my god, we need to debrief about it. We need to just break it down and all that stuff. So anyways, oh man, my voice is just, my voice is hurting right now from all that screaming and shouting for the last lap. But before we get into that, I would just want to say that, that first up, this first round of the NASCAR playoffs, or the chase, holy crap, this was absolutely a very entertaining round of 3 races. I mean, also, yeah, I mean, that's just, I mean, we got a shit show, and we just got it. We got it. You know, we were all expecting it, and fucking Twitter was going crazy right. Twitter was going crazy during all this, but anyways, yeah, but anyways, so first up, let's just start off with the first half of the race, or stage 3, or stage 1. So Kurt Busch led the field to the green flag. He started next to him was AJ Allmendinger, and then starting you know, in second, or in the second row, it was Alex Bowman and Chase Elliott. And so Kurt Busch led the first couple laps of the race. Then Kyle Larson was creeping up to him, and we got a really, really good battle for the lead right there. And NBC misses the green flag pass for the lead. Again, don't go to commercial. Don't go to commercial when there's a battle creeping up, okay? At least have the side-by-side thing, and that would be great. But anyways, so yeah, that happened. And Kyle Larson was able to pass Kurt Busch for that position. And then we got our first caution of the day for the 51 car. I forget the guy's name was. I think it was Stanton Redfed or something like that. I don't even fucking know. So yeah, he hit the wall. So that was our first incident. And so Kyle Larson won stage 1. Kind of weird how I'm saying that. And like I said, oh my, yeah, Twitter is just going crazy right now. I mean, this is just ridiculous. But anyways, so yeah, yeah, stage 2, you know, there was always a lot of great battles, you know, for position and stuff like that. And I'll be honest, I kind of forgot what happened in stage 2, but Ryan Blaney won that stage, and that was kind of important for him because he was down below the cut line there a little bit, and he needed to obviously get and he needed those points. And you know, a lot of drivers needed the points for this race. I mean, that was just explain how crazy this race was. But I think that you know what, screw it. We're gonna talk about the last half of the race. So Kyle Larson and Brad Keselowski in the end of stage 3 with a couple laps to go there were some fuel mileage going on there, and also a couple other guys, you know, were saving too. Like, okay, here are the drivers that were saving: Keselowski, Larson, Kyle Busch. A lot of drivers were trying to save fuel and stuff like that, while the other guys like Truex, Johnson, I think Elliott, and a bunch of other drivers, they could make it, and they couldn't make it with the fresh tires and stuff like that. And then Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who was pretty crazy today, not that crazy like Daytona, even though people give him shit for that. So yeah, he spun out, hit heartburn curve, and I'm just gonna turn off my freaking notifications on this thing. It's getting annoying, but anyways. So yeah, so that happened, and that created 5 or 4 laps to go, and on that restart, Brad Keselowski lost brakes. I don't know what happened, and just hit the wall, and there was a big ol' wreck. It collected a lot of cars, like Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Eric Almirola. You know, I think I mentioned Larson, a lot of playoff drivers. And then that put Jimmy Johnson and Martin Truex Jr. up in front there for that position. for those 1-2 positions. So yeah, there was a red flag there for a little bit, but it didn't matter for Larson. No, it didn't matter for Busch or Keselowski because they were going to advance to the next round with their wins and stuff like that. And then we get to the final. Then we get to the final start of the race, and and guys like Eric Almirola, Kyle Larson were trying to get past cars so they can advance to the next round and stuff like that. And Martin Truex Jr. and Jimmy Johnson were battling for the lead. And with 1 lap to go, heading into that final chicane, Johnson spins, Truex locks up, Johnson hits Truex. They both spun out, and then out of nowhere, Ryan Blaney comes in, and he wins the Charlotte Roval 400. Man, it was just crazy there. And then Truex got mad at Johnson for that, And I'm gonna talk, so that's what happened. So Ryan Blaney won the Charlotte Roval 400, which I wasn't expecting Blaney to win a race this season since he hasn't been showing consistency. But hey, the number 12 car at Team Penske won our race, so that's pretty cool. Pretty cool and stuff like that. And so now I would want just to take a look at the finishing results as I'm going to pull up the NASCAR app and see how and yeah, so I want to see, no, let's just get this thing right here. So, yeah, so let's look here. Okay, we got it right here. So Ryan Blaney finishes first, Jamie McMurray second, Clint Bowyer third, Alex Bowman fourth, Kurt Busch with a top 5, the pole sitter, Chase Elliott 6th, A.J. Allmendinger 7th, Jimmy Johnson 8th after that spin. Then it was Kevin Harvick, Logano, that's the top 10. Then here's 11th through 40th. Ryan Newman, Denny Hamlin, Matthew Benedetto, Martin Truex Jr. finished 14th, Regan Smith, David Reagan, Chris Buescher, Michael McDowell, Eric Almirola, Cole Witt, Daniel Suarez, Ty Dillon, Daniel Hemrick, Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Justin Marks, J.J. Yaley, Landon Castle. So, yeah, and those are all the cars that finished. And then here are the drivers who DNF'd in the race. Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Menard, Byron, who was caught up in that. Trevor Bayne was also caught up. Bubba Wallace. He's absolutely terrible at road courses, which, yes, admit to that. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Timmy Hill, Austin Dillon, and then Stanton Barrett. So, yeah, so there you go. Now, we need to take a look at the playoff standings. So we need to take a look at the playoff standings as of right. So we need to take a look at the chase standings. Let's see if I can go here. Here we go. So, yeah. So here you go. Here are the So yeah. Let's see if I can pull up the playoff results. I'm trying to get them. I'm trying to get the results up here, but I don't know if I can. Well, I don't know. Well, I know the drivers who got eliminated. I know the drivers who got eliminated. Okay, don't. Who got eliminated? So yeah, here are now the drivers that got eliminated that I know on the top of my head. So unfortunately, Jimmy Johnson, he was tied with points with, I think it was Eric Almirola and Kyle Larson, and unfortunately, Jimmy Johnson will not compete for his 8th championship. It really does seem like this, that Jimmy Johnson has a good run this season, but then it's just kind of, something has to go wrong. To be honest, I'm just sad, just because, I mean, I wanted Johnson to win this race so bad, other than Truex, just because Jimmy Johnson, his sponsor Lowe's is not going to be back next year, I mean, plus, he's trying to break a long winless streak. And this is just what the heck, man. So I'm not mad at anyone, just Johnson. He really is going to regret his decision he's made on Truex. Plus, I think that was just a racing incident. The contact between Johnson and Truex, they're just going for the win, going hard, and both leaders wrecked. Truex has a right to be mad at Johnson, but not to be mad to just spun him out. But yeah, Jimmie Johnson did not make it. Did not advance. I did predict that he was gonna not get knocked out, but I was hoping. But I was just hoping he would at least advance just so he can prove me wrong. But unfortunately, no. And so next, Austin Dillon. I knew he was gonna get out, and all that stuff. But it would have been interesting if he could have got to the second round, stuff like that. But yeah, that's unfortunate for Austin Dillon. Yeah, so that was just unfortunate for Austin Dillon. He got screwed over, or he got kind of screwed with that tire thing. Blew up, and I kind of knew his playoff hopes were kind of done. But hey, whatever. And so now let's talk about Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin got eliminated. And Denny Hamlin, he was awful today, really awful. Denny Hamlin has just been absolute terrible this season. You're trying to get. There's only been two drivers at Joe Gibbs Racing to get wins. Kyle Busch has been getting all of them. Eric Jones got that fluke win at Daytona. Stuff like that, And I also talk about Eric Jones. Eric Jones, he was terrible all day as well. There's no way he was going to advance. So yeah, Jimmie Johnson, his overall season wasn't looking all that. Didn't. He just didn't look good. This is not the season for Johnson. But the only thing now is I'm hoping Jimmy can just get a win. Dover's coming up. Just Dover's coming up. So hopefully he can do good there. I'm hoping he does. Austin Dillon, good season for him. I guess, he got a win, the Daytona 500. Controversial Daytona 500. Denny Hamlin, not a good season for him. The only thing out for him is just got to win, which I don't think will happen. And Eric Jones, first year he made the playoffs, and he didn't advance to the next round. So, yeah. Plus, this playoff field is pretty competitive, so, so, whatever. And so, what are my overall thoughts on this race? This race was good. This race was pretty good. I think that I feel like we need more road courses. I really feel like we need these wild Rovals and stuff like that. No, I really kind of don't want no more Rovals, just pure road courses. But, so this was just an absolute, this was just a pretty good race. Overall, it was crazy. The finish was wild. This was NASCAR. This is what NASCAR is. If you hated the finish, you say too many wrecks. If you just say that this race was terrible because it was a shit show, well, this is NASCAR for you. This is NASCAR. You can't change nothing about it. NASCAR is the best motorsport. It's the best motorsport when we get good races. This is a primary example. So anyways. So yeah, next week we go to Dover. So, whatever. And with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the race, and we're going next week to Dover, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.